Taoiseach, 5 women in Northern Ireland have been killed in the space of just 7 weeks. Sophie Watson, Montserrat Martorell, Rachel Simpson, Mary Ward and Mandy Magill. Per capita, Northern Ireland is now one of the most dangerous places in Europe to be a woman. Violence against women is an epidemic, and it always has been. Our society, our culture, our institutions are steeped in violence against women, and changing that isn't easy. It's present in our streets, in our workplaces, and in our homes. We've had a lot of debates in this chamber in the last year about the need to take further action, talk about a zero-tolerance approach to gender-based violence and making that a reality. But when the budget came around, only an additional €7.9 million was allocated for domestic, sexual and gender-based violence initiatives. So Taoiseach, will you increase the funding allocated in the budget? And gender-based violence doesn't recognise borders. We're all on one island, and violence against women is present in every part of it.
Please.
I'm wondering if there's any actions the government's looking into in terms of an all-island initiative or approach to try and work together.
Yeah, I think Deputy Kearns is entirely right to make the point that, of course, domestic, sexual, gender-based violence absolutely doesn't respect any borders, and I think she makes a very fair and interesting point about the need to see if we can collaborate on the island of Ireland in relation to this. I do know from my memory that in Northern Ireland Executive very recently, I think, launched their own strategy in relation to domestic, sexual and gender-based violence, and perhaps in the context of that, I could speak with the First and Deputy First Minister of Northern Ireland in relation to seeing where we can collaborate. I think that's a constructive and helpful suggestion. I thank you for that. I'll ask the Minister for Justice to specifically come back to you in terms of the additionality of funding around domestic, sexual and gender-based violence, because whilst I understand that one figure, I'm conscious that there are obviously a number of different elements across the Minister's brief and wider government that will advance the implementation of the strategy.